CMS founder Dr. Jagdish Gandhi has been motivating parents and generations of good and smart children through holding special prayer assemblies and divine education conferences. The world's largest school by pupils, City Montessori School in Lucknow, has a long history of imparting education in three realities of a child, that is, material, human, and divine. It is argued that these three ingredients do produce peaceful human beings with global outlook. The UNESCO declaration that has come to CMS vouches for that. Reflections 2017, organized by City Montessori School Mahanagar campus, encapsulates the history of human knowledge created or discovered during the history of the world by way of orchestrating many creatively designed competitions all through the 4 days of the International Festival of History and Civics. Schools from India and countries like Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Qatar were accorded a warm welcome by Team CMS Mahanagar campus. World Unity Convention Center of the school truly came alive with the participating students' teams. An interaction with the local media, followed by the group photograph, was a genteel, ice-breaking moment as founder-manager of City Montessori School, Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, along with the convener of Reflections 2017, principal of the campus, Dr. Kalpana Tripathi, introduced the teams.
You have come to a very important festival of history and civics. It is said about history, those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So we must learn lesson from history. And history gives us guidance as to what are the mistakes in the past the people have done, and because of that, they were a failure. So we have to see that we do not become a failure like the one they became failures. So we must learn from the history. And history teaches us makes us wiser. We become wiser after reading history. We know so many things. It enlightens us and it prepares us for a future. So history is very important. A studying of history is very important because it has allowed us to understand our past, which in turn allows to understand our present.
Friends, team from CMS Films and Radio Division will be with you all through, capturing every moment of your stay with us. Chief guest for the occasion, Mr. Praveer Kumar, IAS, Chairman Board of Revenue, Government of Uttar Pradesh, was graciously received. Students of the campus presented the school prayer. Took out the procession of world parliamentarians, peace promoters, and the participating teams.
Director ma'am to please come up on the stage. I apologize for that, ma'am. Following them is the group of world citizens. We must always strive to become a citizens of the world. Boundaries were created by men, not the creator. And there's no such thing as them or us, and there's only we. Principal of Mahanagar campus, accompanied by the vice principal, leading the children who are holding the globes, as you may see. The students showcasing the power of judiciary. True freedom requires the rule of law and justice and a judicial system, ladies and gentlemen, which is for one and which is for all. This is indeed a very prestigious moment for the institution. 67 teams with 385 members from India and abroad are here to bond with us and to pool their resources and talents. Atithi Devo Bhava. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome them loudly as these teams come and they march ahead.
First, we have the two teams approaching from the land of serendipity. Please put your hands together for these teams coming all the way from Ananda College, Sri Lanka. Also called the Paradise of the East, Sri Lanka is famous for its varied cultural heritage.
Proud of the colossal history of their motherland, here the students from Dhaka, the cultural and economic hub of Bangladesh. Please welcome Scholastica School, Dhaka, Bangladesh.
With the motto to spread the light of wisdom, we have the Gregorians of St. Gregory's High School, Dhaka, Bangladesh.
The next in line is the team coming from our closest neighbor. Please put your hands together for Annapurna Residential School, Nepal.
Following the Gurukul tradition, both by name and by work, here we have the next three teams from Monastic Higher Secondary English Boarding School, Mills area, Nepal.
Yet again, from the ancient Mithila Nagari, here are three teams from Monastic HSEB School, Bhanuchok, Nepal.
Please keep encouraging our team's audience.
It's a long association which we always had with Monastics International School.
The next team walking down the aisle is from a school which strives to develop intellectual students with high sense of responsibility. Please welcome Apex School, Nepal.
Next comes the enthusiastic team from Adarsh Vidya Niketan, Nepal.
Now we have the school which has been awarded numerous accolades by the SLC board for its excellence. Give it up for Kumarvati English Boarding School, Nepal.
World Parliament was conducted. On the agenda,
I hereby take the liberty to call upon member nation Germany to be the first one to address the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that Germany is a nation that has gone through 2 atrocious world wars, but now is one of the biggest promoters of world peace. Member nation Germany, you are recognized to address us all.
Thank you, Speaker Sir. Our century's keywords are cooperation, diplomacy, and crisis prevention. But the question arises that were we Germans always like this? Well, the answer is no, we weren't. We were once upon a time aggressive nationalists and staunch supporters of wars. We considered wars to be an instrument to spread nationalism. We attacked France and won the war, but lost 28,208 innocent lives. We entered into the World War I by entering into Belgium and attacking France.
Yes, member nation Italy, you're recognized. We feel that after the mention of miseries brought by the Nazi rule in Germany, it would be better to hear your views regarding the despotic rule of fascism.
Thank you, Speaker Ma'am. I represent Italy, the nation which is believed to be the birthplace of Western civilization and cultural superpower. That same nation which was once under the totalitarian rule of Benito Mussolini, who taught the world fascism. We, in the past, have participated in World War I for our benefits and under the leadership of Mussolini in World War II and were badly defeated. These wars never brought happiness or prosperity to our nation. Thus, realizing the futility of these wars, we ultimately withdrew from them.
Convener of Reflections 2017, principal of the campus, in her welcome address, asserted the need of organizing this event in the 21st century, as we have just stepped out of the 20th century, which is history now.
You made us feel very special by your presence. Your presence has added glamour to the event. Reflections is an international festival of history and civics, and the theme is, those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. It is hard to disagree with. Over our history, wars ended with confiscatory terms of surrender, inevitably breed more wars. Revolutions that give an individual absolute power inevitably end up as brutal dictatorships. History leaves an indelible mark on the minds and character of people, be it the English Civil War, the French and Indian War, the American Revolution, World War I or World War II. All sufferings in history is to attain supremacy, and nothing was ever achieved as a result of wars. Peace and unity is the product of positive mental attitude, while violence is the result of negative thinking. Peace and unity is natural state of the society. CMS education aims at teaching children to restore this natural state by uniting the hearts of people.
Founder Manager Dr. Jagdish Gandhi introduced the chief guest and spoke of the spiritual history of religions of the world.
We are extremely honored to welcome our most distinguished administrative officers of this government of Uttar Pradesh. Honorable Mr. Praveer Kumar, IAS, Chairman Board of Revenue of Uttar Pradesh. Respected Mrs. Sadhana Kumar, a great artist. We are very honored to welcome Honorable Shri C.K. Tiwari ji, Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Uttar Pradesh, and respected Mrs. Seema Tiwari ji, a great social activist. We also welcome Honorable Shri Viresh Kumar ji, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary, and also his wife. We are very honored that his wife is a very much part of CMS. I especially would like to congratulate Dr. Kalpana Tripathi ji for organizing such a mammoth international event of children where 500 children are participating from India and abroad, and this is a wonderful event of history and civics. We all know if we do not learn from history, we are doomed to repeat it. So it is a very important subject that children should be made aware of the past history and the follies that our forefathers or our elders have done, and also to take lessons for our life.
The lamp of hope and knowledge was lit.
Abundance of wealth and the destruction of evil.
All over the world, for peace and harmony.
This was followed by the formal declaration of the event Reflections 2017 Open.
I have great pleasure in announcing that I hereby declare Reflections 2017 Open.
May we clap loudly?
A big round of applause for Jagdish Gandhi ji, Dr. Bharti Gandhi ji, and the entire team of CMS for this wonderful program.
May we applaud loudly this time for Reflection International 2017. With around 69 teams here, we've all come together to learn lessons from history, to change ourselves, to change this world, and to make this world a better place for all to live.
Congratulating Team CMS to be always a step ahead in vision in the field of education, Mr. Praveer Kumar said,
Let me compliment Dr. Jagdish Gandhi, Dr. Bharti Gandhi, and their entire team of CMS for giving such an asset to Lucknow and the state of UP, which has brought us a Guinness record for the state and country. So yet another milestone, and I must say the grandeur of the function today, the power-packed performances that were given, they are really a treat for the eyes and for the soul. I must compliment CMS for instilling those values of universal brotherhood, peace, harmony, and unity of religion amongst our children, because they are the future citizens of the world. They are the future citizens of the country. If they carry these values with them, that will make for a better world, for a better future for all of us. So we have lots of hopes which are riding on the shoulders of these young children, which are being inspired by the teachers, the principals, and the entire team of CMS. So my heartiest congratulations to them.
Host team CMS Mahanagar campus had put up a grand educational cultural program. Here is more from the evening's proceedings.
Have cast a shadow on the ethnic, social, and religious beliefs of the human race. The agony, the pain, and the suffering of the mankind makes me wonder that how much longer the world I know can possibly survive. You are close to hear my broken whispers. The time has now come to realize that we are all one. For when we look at our planet from far above, there are no boundaries that separate us and no barriers that prevent us from realizing that the earth truly is but one country and mankind its citizens.
O Lord, guide all those in positions of power, whether that power is political, physical, or social, and give them wisdom to use their power wisely, because alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Give them and all of us the grace to admit when we are wrong and to seek forgiveness. Give us the grace to forgive and the grace to reconcile.
The Reformation, the Renaissance, and the Industrial Revolution are the landmarks of the European history. These revolutions brought the rebirth of freedom-loving, adventurous thought of men, which during the Middle Ages had been faltered and imprisoned by the religious authorities. These mighty movements shook the very foundation of the dogmatic attitude which eclipsed the spirit of humanism.
This is the plea of a world that is hungry for peace. This is the plea of a world that is hungry for peace. Let all men come together, let all men live together happily, forever and ever, singing a song of unity, singing a song of unity.
ये ज़मीन जब न थी, ये जहां जब न था, चांद सूरज न थे, आसमां जब न था, राज़े हक भी किसी पर आया जब न था, तब न था कुछ यहाँ, तब न था कुछ यहाँ, था मगर तू ही तू, अल्लाह 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 अल्लाह। तू जब दाता दान मत भूला, हम थारे भिखारी जीओ, मैं क्या मांगू कुछ फिर न रहा, हर दीजिए ना प्यारी जीओ।
वंदना करते हैं हम, वंदना करते हैं हम, वंदना करते हैं हम, वंदना करते हैं हम, हृदय को तेरे सामने लाकर रखते हैं हम।
ये बुद्ध की धरती युद्ध न चाहे, चाहे अमन परस्ती, ये बुद्ध की धरती, जो बुद्ध ने मानव हित में किया, उस कार्य का उत्तम क्या कहना, जनहित ही उनका था जीना, जनहित ही उनका था मरना, चिर सत्य हिंसा शांति में चारित्र्य हमारा हो कहना।
एक कर दे हृदय अपने सेवकों के, हे प्रभु, एक कर दे हृदय अपने सेवकों के, हे प्रभु।
जब सबकी एक है धरती और सबका एक गगन, फिर काहे को फिरता कोई काम में मगन, कोई काम में मगन, सब धर्मों का सभी जगह हो सुंदर एक भवन, जिसके प्रांगण में हो एकता शांति और अमन, हृदय एक हो सबके, एक हो सबकी भावना, मिलके करे सब प्रार्थना, तब आएगी सद्भावना, मिलके करे सब प्रार्थना, तब आएगी सद्भावना। ओ हो, ओ हो,
सपनों से भरे नैना तो नींद है न चला सपनों से भरे नैना तो नींद है न चला